In this podcast, I'll be looking at the general conventions for a digipak. One of the main features of a digipak is the way they look
compared to a plastic dual CD case or an LP.
As you can see here, a digipak has a softer paper feel to it
and has 4 or more panels, whereas a plastic jewel case has only 4 panels and is bulkier.
Fans prefer to collect digipaks than jewel cases as they imitate
LPs without it being the same size and price as LPs.
Here you can see that Dua Lipa's vinyl album costs $22.95 and the CD costs $13.95.
You see the digipak is cheaper, but it still represents the vinyl.
Vinyls are expensive due to the production costs, but they've become increasingly popular again as fans enjoy collecting them. Digipaks are lighter and smaller than plastic jewel cases, so it's cheaper to distribute, as well as the store being able to stock more of them. Digipaks either have 4, 6 or 8 panels to them, with 1 or more trays inside for a singular CD or multiple CDs. As you can see here, this is an 8-panel digipak with just 1 tray, whereas this is an 8-panel digipak with 3 trays. Here's a real-life example of this. Some digipaks also have pockets. There are diagonal pockets, slip pockets, or tube pockets. These are diagonal pockets, these are slip pockets, and these are tube pockets. The next convention we expect to see is the artist's name or logo. This isn't always the case. For example, here we have Harry Styles' album Harry Styles from 2017, which doesn't have his name nor the album title. This leads us into our next convention, being album titles. It is typically the second most prominent text after the artist's name on the front panel, and is usually in a different font to the artist's name. Yet again, this isn't always the case. This album cover is countertypical, as here we can see the font is the same on Harry Styles' name, as well as the album title Fine Line, and they are the same size. The next thing we expect to see is the track listing on the back panel of the digipak. There are occasionally bonus tracks included, which we can see here with David Guetta and here with Ellie Goulding. The tracks can be numbered, which we can see here with Lana Del Rey, and here with the 1975, or not numbered, which we can see here with the Arctic Monkeys. Another common convention we expect to see are additions, bonuses, or extras on the front panel. On Beyoncé's Greatest Hits, we can see the yellow rectangle in the bottom right corner, which has an including written on it with song titles underneath. On Lady Gaga's The Fame Monster, it's in the top left corner where it says limited edition version, as well as 8 brand new tracks. The next convention is the small print. We expect to see the label and who the rights belong to on the back panel. With this, we expect to see the P and C symbols, which mean copyright and phonorecord. We can clearly see this on Ellie Goulding's Halcyon Days. The small print says that it's owned by Polydor, a subsidiary of Universal, which is one of the big 3 dominating the music industry, which are Sony BMG, Universal Music Group, and Warner Music Group. We can also see this on Foo Fighters' album Echoes, Silence, Patience and Grace, and here is another example on the back of Adele's 21 album. Another thing we expect to see on the back panels are the barcodes. Here are some examples. Occasionally we're able to see a QR code which would link to the artist's website, and if not, the link is found near the small print. The next convention I will look at is the external panels link. On Arctic Monkeys AM Digipak, the front and back link, as on the front we have a white squiggle on a black background, which links onto the back panel, where it's just a straight white line on a black background. On the 1975's album, The 1975, the front panel shows a neon sign with a neon border resting on a grey wall and the floor. The back panel is the same, but instead of the 1975 in neon, we get the track listing. On Kanye West's album Graduation, the front panel shows a bear flying towards the foreground, but the back panel shows it in the opposite way where it's flying towards the background. There are a few examples where it doesn't link as well, like Lana Del Rey's digipak for her album Born to Die. The only link here really is the font and the colourway. The next convention I will look at is the inner panel flow. On Rihanna's Loud digipak, there is a singular image of her lying in roses, which is split up over the 3 inner panels. On Beyonce's Greatest Hits, we have 2 separate images, but they still match as they are black and white. The next and last convention I will look at is the spine. We typically expect to see the name of the artist and album on the spines and the catalogue number, whether they link with the external panels like this or not like this. As you can see, the name of the artist typically comes before the album name. Thank you for watching my vodcast on digipak general conventions.